Good afternoon, Chrissy. Welcome to another episode on the Hype Magazine. I'm Christopher Wallace, like Biggie Smalls, but no relation.
I'm good.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Welcome to the city.
I know. What's up? I'm dead.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It's a little hot outside, but you know, making it through.
You look fresh. I like your outfit. I like the
Thank you.
fedora. It's stylish.
Thank you.
So tell us what you got going on.
So, I don't know. Where do I start? Okay.
Let's start at the beginning.
Okay. My name is Chrissy. I'm a singer and an actress, and yeah, my album's coming out called Taken, October 16th. You better get it, or else I'm coming after you.
Taken. So what's the meaning behind the name, the album title, Taken?
I guess the album has like a little bit of mixture. It has a little bit of like heartbreak and a little bit of like finding my love. And I found my love, so I'm taken, married. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let's talk about that. How long have you and your husband been together?
We've been married for 2 years now.
Ooh,
Yeah.
2
Still newlyweds, but you know, I love him.
How long have you known him?
7 years.
7 years. So
Yeah.
from infancy now into adulthood.
From high school to adulthood, yeah.
Right.
I'm
Right.
dead.
So just talk about that process and being in the music industry and being in a committed relationship. How do you think that works to your advantage, but also does it have any disadvantages?
Okay, being in a relationship and like I would say maybe writing music can be kind of hard because sometimes when you're like in a happy space, it's kind of hard to write. Like you have writer's block. But I guess there's good and bad. Like with every relationship, there's trials to it. So it's fun to write about different trials and stuff like that when I'm going through it. And I would say, I don't know. I would just say balancing it, I would say is maybe like the more challenging part. Balancing relationship and trying to balance a career, but we make it work.
So your introduction to the music industry, do you think that it was best that you really kind of started off writing songs before you started making them for other people's consumption?
Okay, I need that one more time.
Do you think that it has helped you that you really kind of started off just writing songs
Absolutely.
before you started making music for other people's consumption?
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. I feel like when I was 17, I started writing, and I actually did release it for consumption. Or that was it? What it's called? I released it for other people to listen to it. It was called 17. I was 17. I did a mixtape. It was after my first heartbreak. And I released it because I felt passionate about it and I loved it because I put my all into it. I wrote every song, and I don't know. I feel like it is an advantage because I got to watch my dad write. I got to watch my uncle write. I got to watch a whole bunch of people write, and then I just was like, I'm gonna just do it. I wasn't scared to like put it out there, I guess.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So where'd you grow up?
I grew up Orange County, LA. We were moving around a lot.
Southern California.
Yep.
So how was it coming up in the early 2000s out here in Southern California?
I loved it. I wouldn't say I had too much of a normal life, but I loved it. Only because, like I told you earlier, my dad's Christo, so growing up in the music industry and in the entertainment industry was not very normal, but it was my normal, so I loved it.
So as a music artist that writes her own material, where do you find the inspiration to make the type of music that you make?
I would say right now, my inspiration, or just overall?
Well, either way.
Okay, I have so many different inspirations. So like, I like Whitney and Brandy. as far as my inspiration for my type of singing. But my inspiration for my songs now is my husband. So he's my main inspiration. He inspires me.
So you're gonna give us that '90s nostalgia.
Yeah, I feel like that's what I'm trying to do. Hopefully it comes across like that, but that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, so yeah, if you don't mind, let's talk about growing up as Chris Stokes' daughter.
Okay.
How is it that you're able to separate yourself from your father and his legacy?
Man, I'm trying. Like, if you can kind of see on my album, I just put Chrissy. Like, I don't put a last name with it. On my social media, I don't put his last name with it. I try to do certain things to where I could just, like, kind of branch off on not on my own, because he's my manager. So he'll always be my manager. But, like, just branch off and make my own name for myself. But by default, I'm going to be tied in with my dad. So, and I don't mind, because he's dope.
Were you a part of the Millennium Tour?
I was not a part of it, but I was very much there on the tour bus.
How was that?
Wait, no, not the new one that just came out. Not that one.
The old one.
Old tours.
Okay, so
like Scream tours.
Yeah, Scream
yeah,
tour. So that's
I wasn't there for the Millennium
Okay,
Tour. Yeah.
that's everybody's favorite, the Scream tour, because that was like.
So I was there. I used to be there, like screaming.
As a teenager.
No, as a baby. Like,
as
I
a
was
baby.
a baby, like not a baby, maybe like 3, 4. I can remember it.
Right.
I mean, it's stuck in my memory because I used to be in the bus, like rolling with everybody.
Okay. So let's talk about that for a little bit. What were some of your most memorable moments from that part early in life?
I would just say maybe just going on the tour bus, us stopping, getting food, stopping at different hotels when we didn't want to be in the bus no more, like different stuff like that.
That is dope. I mean, like, I know him as, like a legendary, like, manager, producer, songwriter, but I guess to you that's just like that, right?
Yep. But no, because I would say I did feel that pressure because when I was like 9-ish, I wanted to be in the music industry, but I was too afraid to like come to him and tell him like, I want to do it, Dad, because he was discovered so many different people that I was like too nervous. But once I got about 11, I finally got the courage to say like, hey, I do want to like try to do the acting and singing thing, and he was like, nope, I don't want you in this industry. Yeah.
Why do you feel like? Why do you?
He was just being a protective dad, because
Right.
he's still my dad, so he was just being protective. Like, no, I don't want you to. But then eventually he lightened up. As I started getting older and as he seen it was something I really wanted to do, more of a supportive dad kicked in. Like, I'm gonna support you whatever you want to do. So
When did you realize you could sing?
9.
9. And
I got called out. I used to go to Debbie Allen Dance Academy, and I got called out in front of the choir teacher because I wasn't paying attention, and I had to sing in front of the whole class.
and how was that?
I was scared, but that's when I realized that I could actually sing. Because when you're singing with the choir, you're just like singing in the play voice. Not like really singing. But when I got called out, I was like, okay, like everybody's looking at me, like I gotta like figure out how to do this.
So after that happened, did you just?
The choir teacher went to my dad because the choir teacher he trained Tony Braxton and like the Braxtons and stuff, and he used to work at Debbie Allen Dance Academy in the choir, and he came to me and was like, I need to talk to your mom after this. So he waited for my mom to come pick me up, and he was like, your daughter can like sing really good, like you guys might want to proceed with doing something with her. And I was like, no. I was like, I don't want to. I just sat and think, even though I was like, that does sound kind of cool, I was too scared.
What about your parents? What was their reaction?
My mom was excited. She was like, let's do something. We need to go. She made me sing for everybody. From that day forward, even if I didn't feel like it, she was like, sing for her, sing for her, sing for her. So that's when that kind of started. My mom was like, keep singing. I'm like, oh no, I don't feel like it. And then I started getting nervous. And then I was like, I want to do it, but I'm nervous. How am I going to tell my dad? I want my dad to do it with me.
So was he kind of like the last person to find out?
No, he knew, but he didn't know that it was something that I really wanted to do. He just thought my daughter can sing, but he didn't feel like she wants to make something out of me.
Who is one person you could remember that your mom put you on the spot with?
Just my uncles in general. Marcus, Omarion. And I was like, I do not want to sing in front of them because they're like, they could sing. I was like, I can't sing like that. So, yeah.
And then what was their reaction?
They were hyped. They were like, oh my gosh, little Chrissy, you can sing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just found out like 2 days ago.
Like one day you came. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, growing up in Southern California, Lakers just won a championship.
Oh.
How you feel about that?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
They did it big for Kobe.
Did it for Kobe
Yep.
here.
Yep.
Were you celebrating downtown with everybody else?
To be honest, what was I doing when I was actually in the studio recording for my second album? So I was going in and out of the studio room to like look at the screen and then running back, doing a couple lines, and then running out and then looking at the screen.
doing lines in the booth. We
Yes.
gotta correct it.
Yes, I was doing lines in the booth.
Right.
And then I was going out, looking at the screen, and I was like, okay, going back in, and I was asking Rich, I'm like, the engineer, I'm like, Rich, he's a producer and he was engineering, and I was like, Rich, who's winning? I kept asking, because the camera's in his room. I mean, not the camera, the TV is in his room, not mine, so, not in the booth, unfortunately, because I missed some good parts, but.
You have any siblings?
Yep, 3 brothers.
And do they do music at all?
Nope.
What do they do?
Actually, my brother is he's kind of in the music industry, Milo, but not really. I mean, he does like a whole lot of stuff. He owns businesses. My older brother owns a clothing line. And then my little brother is like, what is that game called? Fortnite King.
Oh, he's a professional video game player.
Yeah, he'd be over there, not even going to sleep. I'll call him, it's like 6 in the morning, and I'm like, you still up? He lives in Atlanta though, but he'd be up 6 in the morning, just playing my game.
That's dope.
Yep.
So, we've had the COVID and the pandemic, so how has this year affected your music?
I feel like it's affected my music for the better because I was able to sit and think and slow down and actually start back writing. And that's why Taken is now here, the album.
And when's the album coming out?
October 16th.
So October 16th, and it's
Mhm.
gonna be, who's on that album? Can you
Boogie P, J Boog, he was in B2K, he was a member from B2K. And Marcus Houston, and I got another feature with a new artist, his name is iRich, and he's dope too.
So, yeah, being with the pandemic, a lot of people were forced to slow down
Yep.
and just kind of be at the house, and
Mhm.
you might have been able to get some people's input that you wouldn't have before because they're on tour or
Mhm.
doing this and doing that. How do you think? Well, now we're in a streaming game, and of
Mhm.
course, I'm assuming your music is going to be available on all platforms.
Yep.
And do you like the streaming services versus the traditional album sales?
I mean, coming out as a new artist. I mean, what do you mean, like doing live performances or just doing streaming online, just period?
Yeah, just like streaming show. From what I see, a lot of people now, they make a lot of singles.
Okay.
And when they go to a show, it's hard for them to, or it's more difficult for them to perform because they don't have enough to fill a 30-minute set. They just have like a bunch of kind of like singles, but like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
like, how do you think that you'll be able to get over kind of like that hurdle with your fans who
Ooh.
are discovering your music?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I don't know. If I go to the show, I just do the whole album. Even if I don't have enough, I just try. I mean, I can't wait to do shows though. But I don't know. I hadn't thought about that actually. Good question.
Have you ever been on stage singing?
Never. Oh, actually, I take that back. My senior year, I was in the talent show.
Did you win?
Nope. Straight up lost. I'm dead serious. I lost.
Did you come in second or third?
Nope. I didn't get one trophy.
Oh.
Not one trophy.
But we getting
Not
trophies
one.
now. We getting plaques now, right?
I know. I hope so. Fingers crossed. But I did lose. I did. I was so mad. But honestly, I was just like, oh, whatever. Who cares? It is what it is. Everybody came to me after, like, you did good. I'm like, thank you. Still didn't get no trophy.
What is your goal in the music industry for yourself?
To be honest, I know this might sound whack, but I don't really have a goal. I'm just going with the flow, doing what I love, and I'll just see where it takes me. Yeah. Just going with the flow.
And I know we was talking earlier about, kids.
Yep.
How have you had time to manage a 1-year-old, a marriage, a music career?
What's good is like my husband's at home because he owns his own business, so he helps me a lot with the baby. So when I need to go to the studio or do my interviews or do my stuff, he's really helpful. So that helps. So that's pretty cool. But that's how I balance it, just with his help. Because honestly, it's hard. Having a 1-year-old trying to sing and being married, like, it's hard. But for some reason, I'm balancing it, so. Yep.
Have you ever, what were you doing before you started taking like music as like a career now, like pushing it out?
So what I was doing is I was working on movies as a production designer. The series that we just got done with, Sacrifice, last year we finished it, just got picked up on BET Plus for more episodes. So, for more episodes. So in January we're about to start on that. So I'm getting the second album done, putting that in the can, and then we're going to go and film Sacrifice. But that's what I do. I do production designing on movies.
Okay.
Yep.
You like the silver screen?
Huh?
Do you like being in movies?
I like everything. I like the behind the scenes, and I like everything in between, and I like how it comes out at the end. I'm all for it because sometimes you watch something but you don't think about all that was done to make it look how it does. But there's like a whole crew for everything, and they're working really hard, just as hard as the actors are. The crew is working just as hard, so if not harder. So I like to, I like the behind. I'm in love with all aspects of the entertainment industry, the behind the scenes, and what happens at the end, and the editing process and everything. But I feel like people don't really think about that, but I do.
Right. So, as a producer on that show, because that came
Production designer.
As a production designer,
Mm-hmm.
that show aired earlier this year, right?
Yeah,
on
it is on BET Plus.
Right, and
Mhm.
yeah, because the release was at the AMC
Yep.
in West Hollywood.
Yep.
Now, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm starting to like draw it back, like, oh, okay,
Yep.
it makes sense now. Where do you see yourself going as far as being a production designer?
As far as being a production designer, I guess that's just like, I only enjoy working with my dad, so I don't know if I'm gonna like branch off and work on other projects, but as long as my dad asks me to do it, I'm gonna do it. I love decorating, I love interior designing, so that's fun for me too. So the things that I love to do is like therapeutic to me. Singing is therapeutic, designing is therapeutic to me, so yeah.
So when you design the sets, are you actually like right there with the carpenters as they're
Mhm.
like building it and just like, no, you need to change
So
this?
basically, whoever the director is, because on Sacrifice there's going to be multiple directors. Whatever he wants is what I need to make sure that it looks like that when he arrives on the set. Yep. All right, just look out for Taken. It's out on October 16th. There's so many songs. Relax is the single.
Wait, how many songs are on the album?
There's 15 songs.
15. That's a good number.
Yeah, 15 songs, and then there's 10 music videos.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
So you got the simultaneous.
yeah.
And they can find you on Instagram.
Yep. My Instagram is I am Chrissy97. That's all social media platforms. TikTok, everything. I am Chrissy97.
What you be doing on TikTok?
Acting a fool.
I don't have the apps, but I just see people.
I act crazy, and honestly, like, I'm a TikTok addict. Like, I need to go to a group and get help because I don't know why I love TikTok so much.
It's hard to make TikTok videos.
It's really hard to make TikTok videos. Like, I did a video to my single called To the Relax single, and it's hilarious. You guys gotta go check it out. But, you know, I like TikTok.
And then subscribe on YouTube at Chrissy.
Oh, yes.
Viva.
On YouTube, I have a channel that I do with Marcus Houston's wife, Chrissy and Maya. We do, like, you know, tutorials, makeup tutorials, challenges, stuff like that. And then I have my own personal YouTube channel called I am Chrissy97. Yep.
So, Chrissy,
Go subscribe.
I thank you for your time.
Yep.
I look forward to hearing the album.
Thank you
I
for
look
having
forward
me.
for more episodes of Sacrifice on BET Plus, and I'll get back at you when I hear the album. And thank you for your
Yep.
time.
Thank you.